OFW Eagle kami, di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawan ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugo, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. OFW Eagle, galing giting at tigil, UNY, one big fight. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Want to find out more about the famed org community of the Ateneo? Yeah. Wondering what projects and initiatives our student organizations are currently up to? Curious to hear the perspectives and motivations of the different people that make up the org community? Tara na't magkwentuhan! Kwentuhang MVP takes you to the vibrant and passionate organization community of the Ateneo de Manila. Tune in every Friday as we catch up with our student leaders and our organizations and find out how they're continually pushing forth with their advocacies. Kwentuhang MVP, taking the MVP to you.
Join Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle as he delivers to us the preachings of the Sunday's Gospel that's awe-inspiring, yet easy to understand and appreciate. Let us all listen to the Word of God here on The Word Exposed on Air, only on Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
And there was another drive-by shooting.
The fire we reported at the fire hall is still burning out.
Do you sometimes feel confused or lost in the complications and complexities of life? Do you feel drained, listless, or exhausted from the daily burdens and responsibilities? Why not seek our campus ministers on air every Tuesday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon? Listen to our counselors from the Loyola School's Campus Ministry Office as they ground our lives in our faith, in our school's spiritual tradition. Campus Ministers on Air. Be guided, be inspired, be blessed. Listen to our campus ministers on air. Mamangha sa lalim at ganda ng ating kultura at diwang makabayan, sa mga salita at pahina, sa tulong ng mga guro at manunulat ng panitikang Pilipino. Halina't tuklasin ang yaman ng ating panitikan, ang pamana ng ating lahi. Kasama si Binibining Andrea Trinidad, Ginoong Jethro Tenorio at Ginoong Yol Hamendang ng Kagawaran ng Filipino ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila. Ito ang Sari-Sari, ang Catholic Mass Media Awards Special Citation Awardee para sa pinakamagaling na palatuntunang pang-edukasyon sa radyo. Dito sa Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM. Mga Katipuneros, it's time to level up! Your top variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields as we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM. Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM. Tara na't simulan ng inyong umaga sa mga magagandang refleksyon tungkol sa ating buhay at pananampalataya. Kasama sina Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, Father J. Boy Gonzales at Father Nono Alfonso ng Kapisanan ni Jesus, Father Cali Llamado ng Manila Cathedral, at Binibining Risa Singson Kaupeng ng Light of Jesus Community dito sa Kape Pandasal sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
Sabi nila, life is like a cup of coffee. Pwedeng sweet at puno ng flavor, pero madalas matapang and will hit you hard. But in the end, you enjoy it depending on how you make or take it. So choose your own brew. Take a break and savor life in its rich aroma. Samahan nyo kami, dahil a cup of life is best enjoyed with friends. Welcome to the Parable Cafe. Brewing inspiration, one cup of story at a time. Every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Akong bahala sa iyo, kaibigan ko.
Want to find out more about the famed org community of the Ateneo?
Yeah.
Wondering what projects and initiatives our student organizations are currently up to? Curious to hear the perspectives and motivations of the different people that make up the org community? Tara na't magkwentuhan! Kwentuhang MVP takes you to the vibrant and passionate organization community of the Ateneo de Manila. Tune in every Friday as we catch up with our student leaders and our organizations and find out how they're continually pushing forth with their advocacies. Kwentuhang MVP, taking the MVP to you.
The Jesuit Hour.
Wait, what? No! Let's try that again. Join the fun bunch of the Hugot Hour with Father J-Boy as we talk about anything and everything under the sun. Share your everyday Hugot moments and everyday Hugot quotes. G, tara na! Usap tayo. Bring your own baon. Bring your own Hugot. The Hugot Hour with Father J-Boy and friends gathers every Monday at 6:30 to 8 in the evening. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. If it's entertainment you crave, catch us on New Wave. Surfing through the latest on our shores. New Wave. Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. New Wave. See you there.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
To open our eyes and ears that we may see the face of Christ and hear His voice in our midst. For 28 years, Jesuit Communications has been promoting the Catholic faith and serving the nation through both traditional and new media. Hear us tackle national issues in light of Christian values on Usapang Kapatid, Pasakalye, and Radio Veritas. Watch our uplifting reflections on Kape Pandasal and The Word Exposed, as well as our acclaimed TV specials. Listen to the inspiring and soothing music of Jesuit Music Ministry's original artists as you read our spiritually enriching books. To learn more about JustCom's mission of evangelization and education, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and our website, justcom.ph. To give a face to the faceless and a voice to the voiceless, that we may recognize Christ in them and hear His story in theirs.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. sa pagbabalitang tumpa at tama. Buhay atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawan ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugo. Todo sa kayod, punong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing hiding at tigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan.
If it's entertainment you crave, catch us on New Wave, surfing through the latest on our shores. New Wave. Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. New Wave. See you there. Hello everyone! Good afternoon! Coming to you live on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM via Zoom. I'm Max, and when it comes to what's happening, I'll serve you the facts. So please, take this hour to sit back and relax because this is New Wave. So, hello everyone! How has November been so far? I know that it's been a busy few weeks for not just the students, but also the staff and the campus in general. So to the students who have classes on site, make sure to clarify that with your teachers because Ateneo today, for a few days next week and over the weekend, will be a venue for the bar exam. So let's wish our future lawyers some good luck. But because of this, Wi-Fi on campus will be a bit spotty and may get disrupted in the middle of the day, especially today based on what I heard. So use this as a warning, find a backup plan for how the next few days are going to be, and most importantly, get in touch with your profs to make sure that all of the arrangements are correct. For those who will be continuing classes on site, this is also your reminder to plan your trips ahead to avoid the traffic that will be caused by everything going on in campus for the next few days and next week. So, good luck once again. Good luck to the future lawyers of the country. We're rooting for you. Alrighty. So now it's time to talk to our wonderful guest who has been performing on stage all of her life. She's a very skilled actress. She sings and dances and has been involved in university theater plays for 5 years. Now she's releasing music to express herself, have fun, and get a little taste of danger. A month ago, she released her first EP, Born to Cry, and here to talk about it today, please welcome Kanishia. Hello, Kanishia.
Hi, Maxine.
Hi.
Everyone.
Hi, nice to see you. So how are you? How have you been the past few weeks? This doesn't need to be career related just yet. So like anything at all.
Oh my God, the past weeks are kind of tiring, especially from the holiday. It was actually super.
Of course.
fun. After that, I kind of had like the hangover after a break. You know what I
Of
mean?
course. Yes, I completely understand what you mean. You're just not ready to get back to school, especially.
Yeah.
So, welcome to Ateneo. I know you're from LaSalle, so welcome to the other side.
Hello.
University life. So you're welcome here today. Now, I know that earlier in the pandemic also, you started baking and you've gotten very good at it, especially with making macaroons. So are you still baking now?
Oh my God.
Sometime.
I've been baking for a while now, but
Yeah.
yes, I tried baking croissants the other day, or
Oh, how'd that go?
croissants?
Yeah, croissants.
I tried baking and like apparently I did the wrong temperature and like all my breads
Oh
turned
no.
out
Yeah.
burn. It's super bad, but I can try again next time.
Of course, of course. And like, oh gosh, croissants, that's like one of the best things ever. So,
Right?
all right, now let's talk about your music. So, let's go to the very beginning. Where did your love for music and performing in general start, since this is something that you started doing very young?
Oh, so ever since like my whole life, I've always been interested in performing for people, not even
Yeah.
just singing in general, just like
Mhm.
doing things for people. And after that, I think my mom forced me to do singing lessons back in like seven
Of
when I was
course.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah, okay.
When I was 7 years old, they would enroll me in these singing lessons, and I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I'll just do it. It's just for like the experience. And from there, actually, I was starting to have fun and realized that, hey, this is actually something that I'd love to do in the future. And after that, I actually started acting as well, and then doing some dances a bit here and there. But I think for me as a performer, dancing is really not my best forte.
But it's something that you've been doing very well. I see your music videos and like you have some serious choreography. So give yourself a little more credit. Yes?
Oh my god, that's like before we do the music videos, I have like at least 3 days of rehearsals before I can do that because I really can't do it spot on. Like some people, you know what they mean, are actually really naturally talented when it comes to dancing, and for me, it doesn't just come naturally.
But hey, 3 days is still fast. And like, you'll get there. You'll get there talaga. So now, tell us a little bit about your theater background also, since like you've been doing it for 5 years in university.
So I started doing theater when I was in high school. So
Mm-hmm.
to my fellow Povedets there, hello. I used to play for the lawn, and then for when I graduated and went to the university, I was like, hey, parang naman it's fun then to have like extracurricular activities that
Of
are.
course.
And as like I had the background naman na in theater, so I wanted to continue it as well there.
Nice, nice. So what are the plays you've been in? Like just to give us a little bit of an idea.
So the last one I was in was Zelda, but actually
Oh, okay.
after the pandemic, I stopped na. During the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that I would be able to continue acting for plays anymore. And but let's see.
Of course.
Everyone's coming back now, so
Yeah, and there's no need to close the door. Theater's a But theater kasi like it's something that I've been so interested in throughout the pandemic because I saw how it has changed, like how people were able to adapt, like from on stage, all of a sudden they were able to stage full plays on Zoom without even being in the same room. And to me that was so like wow, that was something that was really interesting to see.
right.
So yeah,
Super.
right? So,
Actually, need like the creativity
mhm.
to do that, and I'm actually
Yeah.
everyone who has produced it, online plays.
Exactly, exactly. Like it really also showed you how smart people could be, how creative they could be given like the limits of Zoom especially. So, I'll ask you something similar to that later with regards to the production of your album of course and your music videos. But for now, let's go back to singing because singing requires like a lot of thinking. So does acting. So, how would you say like your thoughts, your headspace is different when you're singing like you're singing by yourself versus when you're singing with a group versus when you're in a play and you have all of these people with you and that you have to be mindful of since you're sharing the stage.
Okay, so I'll start with when I'm singing by myself.
Mm-hmm.
By myself, I notice like when I sing when it's just me, it's more dramatic, and sometimes it's I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. When I'm actually sad and I like to sing, and then I sing, it's super madaming emotions. But when I
Ah, of course.
start singing alone na, like singing like pop songs, like ballads na, and like sumisigaw pa ako minsan, especially in the shower, gabi. I
Of
think
course.
singer in the shower. Diba?
The shower is the most emotional place for singers, right?
And naman for, actually, that's the weird thing about me. I get more nervous when I'm singing to a group of people that I know compared to when I'm singing for, like, in front of us,
Oh,
like,
that's
more.
relatable.
Yeah, because, like, for the group of people, like, if I actually knew the people, I'd be kind of shy. And, like, yeah, because, like, you know the people, so you're, like, scared of what they're thinking. But sometimes I just, like, force myself to do it at the start, and then it gets better naman.
Yeah, but I understand that feeling. Like it's so much easier to sing like in front of people you don't know versus like your friends and your parents because they know you and you kind of know how they think versus when it's people who you don't know who will walk by, you're just like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Right?
Yeah, super felt. So now we've just come from like a cycle of lockdowns like over the past 2 years, and now luckily the world is opening up. We're seeing each other again. Concerts are back, plays are back, as we mentioned. School is back. But during the lockdowns, how would you be able to keep your voice in shape and in good condition?
Oh my god, it's kind of funny how I actually started my singing career like the actual thing at the
Yeah,
start of
yeah.
the pandemic. I started back in 2019 and I released my song, and then a few months after the pandemic started. So going back to your question, I think I keep up with my voice by just singing every day. You know
Of
how
course.
you have like, it's like somehow a hobby now. Like
Mm-hmm.
you actually have to rehearse. I mean, just do it every day, even for just like 5 minutes. The
Right,
same thing
right.
as when you're trying to learn another skill, right? So yeah, how I think that I don't para laging warmed up yung voice. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, of course. That's very important. So now I'm glad you brought up the beginning of your career. So how did you go from like university theater performing for yourself to starting your journey with Star Pop? How did that start for you all the way back in 2019?
So my singing career is actually super hugely based from my family, who has always been
Mm-hmm.
supportive. So they were the ones that were like telling me, "You should do this, you should do that." Because if it weren't for them, I don't think I would do the things that I had to do to be here, to be part of
Yes.
stuff. So yeah, I really super grateful with my mom and my brother, who are also like super ayun, supportive lang lagi. That's what I love about them.
And you sing duets with your brother too, right? I saw a few like on SoundCloud and on YouTube.
Yeah, we do.
Mm.
It's or like we call ourselves like Santos siblings. Cute, right?
Yeah,
But
cute, cute.
it's
Hello?
fun naman
Okay.
with them.
Okay. Your audio is a bit choppy, so hopefully it lasts for the rest of the hour. But now let's talk about your EP. So it was released a month ago. And before we actually dive into it, I'm so curious about how you came up with the title, because the title is Born to Cry. And just a funny side story. Yesterday, when I turned over the materials to the people who would make your art card, they were like, Born to Cry? Same. And I was just like, yeah, same. And everyone was kind of like that. That feels so relatable, especially at our age. So how did that title come up?
Oh my god. So I was trying to think of like a specific title that would like sum up like on the 6 songs that I have under the EP. And I had like a list, and out of all of that, I was like, I think I relate to this one the most, Born to Cry. And then surprisingly, it's not just me. It's like, as you said, it's for everyone. Because Born to
Exactly.
Cry, I think everyone, like all humans, it's normal. You feel sad from time to time. You feel, I mean, might I say, even a little depressed from time to time.
Right, right.
But yeah, it's like it's human nature.
Exactly. Or as people our age would say it, it's a big mood. Like,
Yeah.
seriously. It resonated with everyone. So now, okay, how did this EP come about? Like, tell us what you can about its formations, the processes that you went through, all of that.
So for Born to Cry, I experienced writing my first song and then
Yeah.
songs and then releasing it. So the song that I wrote from that album is Here I Am Now.
Mhm.
And ayun, I think we first started before we even had anything, before any song. I just send them the song, and they were like, okay, we can actually surround things with this song. And from that,
Yes.
nabuo yung unti-unti nabuo yung the whole album, and like songs that would actually go with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it started with one song first, and then like it grew and grew. Oh, okay. That's cool. And then I guess like I see that that's where the concept of the album really came from, because thinking about it now, Here I Am Now is what really ties it together, like in terms of theme. So let's unpack that song first. So Here I Am Now. I think the line that stood out to me the most was like one of the first. I was just crashed my car last night. I blamed it on the broken road. So please unpack that line for us. Tell us what it
Oh
meant to
my
you
god.
and how you probably like your thought process when you wrote this line. And then after that, I'll ask you to pick another line.
Oh my god, Maxine, I had like goosebumps all over my body when I heard you
Oh,
say the lyrics. Um, I started that line thinking I used to, I don't know, I'm gonna unpack this. This guy, and of course,
okay.
from getting places to places, I used to drive with him, and then ganon. Tapos, it just occurred to me, I was like, parang being in a car was one of the main things that was in that.
Ah, okay.
And then I realized that parang it's kind of simple.
It is.
You blamed it on the broken road. Even though you're thinking, actually, parang meron naman din akong mali. Ayan.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's very deep. So, wow, all right. What about another line that I may have overlooked or another line that you think people shouldn't overlook when they listen to this song?
Oh, the first thing that comes up to my mind is laughing, crying, all those memories are fading into nothing.
Oh.
So, right? As time goes on, like you actually tend to cherish those moments.
Mm-hmm.
And people shouldn't overlook that line because, like, I think meron super relatable ng lyric. I mean,
It is.
yeah, like from trying to move on, not even from like a specific person, now even like an opportunity you had.
Yeah. Of course, man, because feelings like that, it's not always tied to relationships. It could also be friendships. It could be missed opportunities or things in life that you've had to let go of as well. That's something that's very important to remember also. So now that we're talking about the song that you wrote also, I see that this is very personal. And as I say to most songwriters, when you get really personal in your songs, you really allow yourself to be vulnerable. So with that being said, how do you choose what to share with your audience versus what you keep to yourself?
I actually tend to write everything. Because like
Okay, that's great.
for the audience, because like when you write a song naman, you don't have to name specific things.
Of course.
I tend to overshare my feelings. Just not. I don't name. But it's not. I just don't point it to anyone. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Because I'm also like as a writer, I actually journal a lot, like every day.
Oh, that's cool.
And then from time to time, I go back to like my entries and then see what I wrote that day. And like sometimes I get sparks of ideas of what I can write about that.
Well, that's good. And that's like also a very good outlet for releasing your emotions because it's even harder to keep it in. Now, next up on your songwriting processes, did you ever get into like a fit of writer's block? And if you did, how do you get out of it? Because I feel like this is such a big problem that especially us students have no matter what we're writing, whether it's a creative piece or something for school.
So I received like this good advice from a specific person before, saying that if you feel like you can't release your creative juices at that specific time, go and live your life. Because
Okay.
go live leave it alone first. It's not always that
Yeah.
you can do creative things on the spot. You can't force that. The creative process is not something that you can turn on and off like a light switch.
Of course.
Like life experiences would actually give you a lot of insights for the next thing that you will do. So I would like right now, parang yesterday I was like, okay, I'm actually blocked in doing this, and then biglang like the night nung pagdating ng gabi, I was like, oh shucks, I experienced something that's actually a bit juicy, and then diba naka-inspire yung mga life.
Yeah, of course.
Then even the most normal things could actually spark your creativity. Just live your life. That's the only advice I could give.
Yeah, inspiration is everywhere. Now you mentioned that this idea came to you at night. Are you one of those people that like stays up late at night because for some reason that's when your mind is the most active and that's when the creative juices are flowing the most?
Oh my god, I definitely am. It's just so funny
Oh
because
my gosh, same.
it's super ironic that you're asking me these questions because I really was trying to write a song recently. It's like continued it lang nung like in the middle of the night, at like 4 a.m.
Oh my gosh, I feel you. I feel like it's those like ungodly hours of the night where I'm like in the right headspace to think, to create, and to even just work on like stuff, whether it's for school or like out of school things. I don't know. It's really just the best time. And I'll never understand why. Because technically it's unhealthy, but it's what works for us.
Oh my God, if people could see behind their doors, like at those hours, grab it. They'd think we're crazy.
Oh my gosh, for sure, for sure. Like we're practically nocturnal already, but anyway, to healthier topics, unlike our sleeping habits, let's move on to the next song. So what's the next song you'd like to unpack?
Carry On. That's my next
Carry
song.
on.
Yeah, Carry On is a song about moving on naman. If we came from M now, it's about like right after a breakup or like losing something. Ayun. And then carry on. From the title itself, you need to carry on. Ayun. And I really love this song. It's written by Miss Maharlika Tagantad. And
Okay.
yeah. And it was wala lang. So whenever I listen to the song, I'm like always I feel a little lighter at the like
Yes.
especially at those hard times.
Of course. And carry on. What I liked most about this song also was the imagery. Like I think it had very vivid imagery. Like I'm on a sinking boat. Oh darling, come back home. I've never been so alone. And of course, okay, I chose this line. Every day is a battlefield. What I've seen, I wish they weren't real. Because I
Yeah.
think that's oh my gosh, that line hits so close to home, especially like given everything that we've seen the past 2-3 years. Now the world hasn't been that pretty, and it's definitely not as pretty as the world we perceived when we were younger. So you kind of sometimes wish that you could unsee it and just have that old image you have in your head. So your turn. How would you unpack this song?
Grabe, that's so true. Everything you said. For me naman, I think I unpacked this song like just like the same way as you did, looking at the lyrics, and from that I was like, oh shucks, this song actually like every word actually hits home, and it was so easy for me to release, like to express myself through the song because this like attaching like really stuck to me.
Of course. So, as you just mentioned, this is a song that really resonated with you and that you really relate to. But the previous song also was something that, of course, you relate to because you wrote it. So, as a singer, what's the difference between how you tackle songs that you yourself wrote and how you tackle songs that other people have written for you or other songs that you enjoy singing, like covers?
So the songs that I wrote are like so much easier because as you said, it came from like the things I wanted to say. But when it comes to singing other people's songs, I actually before I even decide to sing that, I think to myself first, do I actually think this would apply to me? Do I think I can carry this? Do I relate to it somehow? So ayun. And from that, yung mga kanta na like Carry On, it was written by me. I actually studied it talaga, and from time to time, I would ask if there was like something unclear for me. I would ask the person who wrote the song what this was about, so that I could give it the justice that it deserves. But for covers naman, of course, we can't do that. I can't ask Beyonce. What's this? If I were a boy, me. I just, go with the flow.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. So, okay. Let's talk about a song that has a video this time. Let's talk about Breakaway. So, when was this video filmed? Like, how were the protocols like? And what was it like on set at the time that you did this?
So, as I've said kanina, diba, like, my whole career has started nung like
pandemic na.
Pandemic.
Yes.
So every music video I had was like during the pandemic, and wala. The protocols are you usually have to test, of course, before.
Of course.
And then they ask you to quarantine for at least 3 days. And like right now, I think we're supposed to quarantine 1 day na lang. But then,
wow, okay.
Increased na from before because we have the the benefit of like swab test that you could take easily, diba?
Right.
So yeah, and after that, of course everyone's still required to wear a mask.
Of course.
So, and the normal hygiene stuff like alcohol and ayun.
Of course, the minimum health
of course, safety pa
protocol.
talaga always first.
For sure. Now, let's get into the song and the video because I noticed there are a lot of symbols in this video as well. So for those who haven't seen it yet, tell us a little bit about what goes on.
So the song's about breaking away.
Mhm.
It's about breaking out from your comfort zone and from your insecurities and the things that you think are holding you back. So like the music video itself was actually super fun to shoot because there were like so many props that we could play with and super saya. Like there was fire pa and like piñatas that we were breaking
Yeah.
symbol for the things that hold you back as a person. And may handcuffs pa. It's really symbolic. I really love the directors, the producers of that music video.
Exactly. And you love symbols in both your videos and your songs based on what based on what we're all seeing. So yeah, it was an interesting watch also. Next I'm going to ask you about another video that you did earlier. But for now, let's move on to another song. What's the next song that you want to tackle?
Um, right now, siguro, my first ever song, it was A Little Taste of Danger.
Right. Yes.
Super fun. Wala lang. I was like super, when we were shooting that day, grabe, I felt like, oh shucks, this is how it feels to be an artist. How fun is it? Grabe,
Out
it was super
Out of
fun.
curiosity, was that your house that you filmed in or was it a set for this
Grabe, it
video?
was a set.
It
Would
was
you
a
believe
set.
it? Yeah, ang galing talaga.
Yeah.
My God, parang it's so fun to be a set, how do you call them? A set artist or ganun.
Designer. But yeah, that was what I noticed also. It was a good set. I really thought it was your room, like your house. That's what it looked like. And Little Taste of Danger, parang that was such a feel-good song. But let's clarify with the audience, what did you mean by A Little Taste of Danger? Because I know it because I listened to the song. But tell us, what does it mean?
Up to interpret. Wait, I can't even talk to you right now. Up to your interpretation, guys. But for me, A Taste of Danger, it's like, well, it was as I've said, kanina, it's my first ever song. It was actually my debut song, and it
Yes.
really was a debut song because I was doing the things that, like doing the song itself was a little taste of danger for me. Kasi, yun, going out of your comfort zone in general.
It was a taste of danger. You were literally in a bubble, right?
I was.
Yes, you were in a bubble. You were walking around and you were even floating on water.
Grabe, ang dami was so eventful. Like, I couldn't even tell you. Like, oh my God, the one in the water, there were like tadpoles under me.
Oh my God.
Grabe, sabi ko, oh my God, what's happening? Grabe. But it was actually a really fun day. Kahit mahaba, tiring,
sure.
it was really fun.
And it was an actual taste of danger.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, the one line, like if I were to take one line from this song that I think the audience should know is, I want a little more than what I have been settling for. Because that is something I always find myself telling my friends because that's something they need to apply. So what about for you? What's that one line of this song the audience should take away?
I'm trying to think of my lyrics right now.
No problem.
I'd go with the one you said then. Because definitely, you don't have to settle for things.
Of course.
You know what I mean? You're worthy of so much more.
Mhm.
Like more than enough, and that's always something that we have to keep in mind. You deserve the greater things in life.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also like a call to adventure. Because like it encourages you to, like, as you said earlier, break out of your comfort zone, try new things also. Not literal danger, but more of like things that you're unfamiliar with that could be good experiences. So next song, back to your album. The next song I think on the list is Knew It Was Coming. And this was written by Trisha Denise. We had her on a few weeks ago. So tell us, what does this song mean to you? Because like parang it was very personal for her also.
Yeah, Trisha, if I just wanna say thank you to Trisha for giving me the opportunity to sing this song. For Knew It Was Coming, grabe. I think I was like, so when I was recording the song, naka-off lahat ng ilaw and it was like, this
Oh.
doing like all the feels I could do, you know. Parang, I think when she wrote this song, she was trying to say like knew what was coming. The things that you didn't want to happen and that will be sad to happen. But she knew na that it's actually meant to happen. Ayun.
Yeah. It talks a lot about the inevitable. Now,
Correct.
you just said when you sang this, when you recorded this, you turned all of the lights off and you were all just like in the feels. So for the different songs in this record, or I guess in general that you have recorded, do you do this often? Like, do you change up your recording space or the lighting or do anything before your recordings to get yourself in the proper mood?
Definitely, it really helps talaga to keep you in the zone. For the songs I had before Born to Cry,
Mm-hmm.
it was, if you notice, it was all super pop, super
Yes, yes.
bubblegum ganon. And for all of those, parang the studio booth at that time was like all on yung ilaw, wala, just to keep me energized. Because
Mm-hmm.
night really gives you like makes you awake. But for
Of
the songs
course.
na new Born to Cry, it was super different because Born to Cry was the first it's like the first set of has the first set of songs that are super emotional, like
Yes, that's right.
actually going into like different exploring different emotions and might I say even a bit sad. So
Mm-hmm.
for like the songs na when I'm sorry, when I was recording the songs for that album, lagi naka-off yung lights except for Breakaway. Tapos meron
Mm-hmm. Okay.
in the booth that I was recording in, meron siya yung mga RGB lights. So
Yes.
I really depended the song to each song I was recording. I was like placing it in another color to represent the mood, to represent the song itself.
Well, that's good. That's good. That also like changes things up a bit. So now let's take a break from songs for a bit and let's talk about you as a student. So you mentioned that your career started during the pandemic when school was online and for a lot of people more difficult because the online load is so different from the real life load. So how did you find the balance between your career and your academic life?
So it's actually much more tolerable now because
Mm-hmm.
we get to have the opportunity to do school online. But
Yes, yes.
I would see if that would still be the same case when I'm on a face to face na tayo. Kasi right now, so I'm a hybrid student, so I go to
Mm,
school like once or twice a week lang. But
same.
I think next term in January, I'm gonna start going talaga. But I think the schools actually right now are super still quite lenient, might I say, because they don't require all the students to be there for the whole weekdays, diba? So,
Right, right.
for me naman kasi, school always comes first, no
Oh,
matter.
okay. Mm-hmm.
I have to, like for the schedules I have, we always check my schedule if, like with school, if wala namang na go overlap. So if after that, we try to, pag meron namang siya tinatamaan, we try to accommodate that, of course.
All
'Cause,
right.
yeah, school talaga. My mom would kill me if I would, if I did.
All right. Now, student to student, do you have any like ways or tips for managing your time since both being a student and being a singer is very demanding?
So recently ko lang nawala yung I hate to say this, but I was an avid procrastinator, guys.
Oh.
Super, super sad because like I was like relying on time pressure to make me do the things, but
Inspired by the deadline, I see.
definitely the 11:59ers.
Of course.
Pero for me, for like the past few months, I've learned that I have to do things talaga, like the way I practice my voice, I do things konti-konti, like a little by little every day. So if I know that I have a thing na due next week, I try to do something a little bit every day so that it wouldn't
That's good.
overwhelm me. Because when I get overwhelmed to do the things that I have to do, grabe, iba na talaga yung stress. Super, like, kind of turn crazy from that. So I'm glad that I'm over that.
Of course. And it's good that you were able to unlearn that. So, on organization naman, especially of schedules, do you have any tips that the students could also learn from? Like, do you keep a planner? Do you time block? Things like that.
I actually write my same as I mentioned a while ago. I journal, so
Yes.
I try to place my schedule there so that I can see. I'm really a visual person, so I really like to see what I have during the day so that I know what will happen, and it gives me the sense of not being lost in where I'm supposed to be at.
Same. I relate to that also. And for me, it's different when I write my schedule down, like in a planner or journal, like on paper. It's different from when I just type it out on my phone. Like I feel like I'm more likely to forget when I put it on my phone versus when I see myself writing it down and I go through the action of writing it down.
Yeah, because you actually get to process the whole day in your head, so it's
Yeah.
much better.
That's right. And since you said the word day, let's talk about your song Days. This
Oh
was
my.
also this was also a heartstring puller. So please tell us what it was about for you.
Right? This,
Mhm.
yeah, it was like the first song na I released. Ito yung, I think this was released like 2 months ago, and it was released before we released the other songs for
Okay.
right. So in Days naman, I was super proud because I didn't expect that people would actually want to hear those songs for me because the ones before were super pop, and ayun,
Yeah, it's
Days,
very different from your
yeah.
first two releases.
Yeah, so this was like the first one that we had like in that theme. And ayun, this was actually a sad song too. And wala lang. It's just like trying to recover. I think that's the
Of
message
course.
of the song. It was also written by Miss Maharlika Tagantad, and she's really great in writing. I can't believe that they gave me the opportunity to sing it.
It was a really good song. So here's the line I chose. I also needed help, but only I could help myself. And that is another thing that people need to hear. So we just got out of mental health month, but of course it's something that we should continue to be mindful of. So from this line, how would you encourage people or at least boost their morale on helping themselves and staying strong both mentally and emotionally, because it can get hard, especially with the presence of social media and a lot of other factors that we in our generation have and go through.
So for everyone that's actually going through something and feeling a bit down, or just not having the best day or the best week or the best month, I want you to know that you're not alone in this. Go reach out to your friends. Do something that you would love. Hug your dog.
The best.
Yeah, do things that you enjoy. So it's really hard, definitely, if you experience those things, but that will be not your end. There's always
Right.
another day for you to feel better and enjoy everything.
That's right. So we're almost done with the song list. Next up is Smile. The line I chose from this is the face can never hide it all, because like upon hearing the title Smile, I thought like it would be like, oh, okay, this is going to be one of the happier tracks on the record. But it talks about something like that. Like there's something hidden and something underneath. So do tell us what that is about.
So super interesting, this song, because you know how sometimes you force yourself to smile
Mm-hmm.
even though there's like you're not actually feeling like you should be smiling, but you
Yeah.
force it out. So this song really talks about explores into that, and it tries to express that it's okay, magiging better than lahat, and
Right.
it's okay to fake it till you make it, but you shouldn't be doing that all the time.
Of course. Of course. The smile will have to be real somehow.
Yeah.
So the last song is one of your first songs, Never Feel Pretty. And when I saw the video, I was reminded of when Sharpay performed Fabulous in the country club because of that scene. You know that scene where they were all on the beach chair, the poolside chairs, and you were the one in the middle? It reminded me of that. It was a good callback. So now, unpack this song for us.
I'm glad you referenced that because that's be our inspiration for the music video.
Great.
Yeah, I Never Feel Pretty is just like one of those songs you would sing to yourself in the shower when you're like,
Mhm.
"Ooh, the morning song. Make me feel ready and confident." It's just like it's such a feel good song. I love it so much. And when I heard the song, it really gave me the vibes of Sharpay's music video or music
Yes.
song for High School Musical. Just so fun. And when I told the people that will make the music video what my suggestions are, when they saw the music video of Sharpay too, they were like, "Oh my god, that's exactly the point. Super bagay."
It is. It was. And like, for our generation, we grew up with that. It was nice to see a callback. It was it was very relatable. So, all right, we've unpacked your songs. So, from now, tell us who your influences are apart from Sharpay.
Oh my gosh. When it comes to performing, I really love right now my main idols are Marilyn Monroe, of course, especially the Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. I really love
course.
performing songs that are super medyo witty and everything. And
Of
also
course, of
another
course.
influence I have is Lady Gaga. I just love how talented she is. She's like the total performer, and I want to be like
Right.
that someday. And
Mm.
also my other inspirations are, of course, you are idols here in the Philippines, like Miss
Of
Casey
course.
Tandingan and
Yes, that's right.
Casey Tandingan, Tita Jaya, and of course Leah Salonga.
Of course. Everyone you mentioned is a powerhouse.
Right?
So, one thing that you also keep in mind is being a good example or inspiration for others. So, you, Kanisha, how do you do this?
I try to inspire people by telling them na do what you love, and like for me, I try to do everything that I love, and don't I don't I don't make force myself to be stuck in a certain situation. So when I try to influence people, I just tell them, do you, don't try to copy other people.
Of course, that's so important. But now you mentioned being stuck so concretely. How would you explain that to a person? Like the feeling of getting stuck and like getting out of it? Because I think that's something that a lot of college students feel, especially nearing graduation. That's like, you think it's a time of change, but it's a time where everyone kind of feels stuck because that's when everyone starts thinking of employment and careers. So,
Right? Oh
what would
my
you
god,
say?
I'm also nearing my graduation na. Grabe. I really relate to this. Grabe. Sometimes some days are really just so repetitive and
Oh,
you're
for
gonna
sure.
like, when is it gonna stop? Is this
Mm-hmm.
like would I actually feel better after this? I'm just gonna go to but like my biggest advice for the other students here is that get your head out of the out of the space. Go meet your friends, go spend time with your family, and do as ayun din yung advice ko a while ago, that do things that you love. Para it's not you don't have to make yourself only for school. You know what I mean? Just
Right, right.
yeah, you're a super you have a lot of things surrounding you. It's not just school, but of course we have to keep that as a priority. But we also have to
Course.
remember that we can also do other things.
Yeah, exactly. Because school, like, it's a part of life, especially now. But these things that we love, our friends, they also give life meaning and they also color life in a way that school might not. There has to be a balance between the stress and the happy things. So, before we wrap it up, what do you want the world to know about you? This could be anything. This could even be a funny thing. Could be a
So
hidden talent. This could be anything.
oh my god. My hidden talent is I don't even know if this is a talent. I can sing the alphabets backwards. Okay, I think I have to do it now. So
Yes, you
that
do. You said it, so it's too late. You have to do it.
okay. 5, 6, 7, Z Y X W V U T SRQPONMLKJI. Oh my god, I forgot, guys. LKJIHD. Now I'm like making myself pahiya. Like people won't believe me anymore. But guys, hey, oh my god, this hidden talent of mine na kahit hindi ko nagawa kanina, it only came useful to me once. And you know when that was? When I took the asset before.
Oh my
god, this logical reasoning. There was this question about like a pattern. And I was like, oh my god, it's the alphabets backwards. I was like, I'm finally gonna use it.
Asset takers, you heard her. It's time to start studying the alphabet backwards.
Oh my god. It's so fun.
We'll see that in your next EP. Joke.
Okay. Ito kabitan na the next time. Pinahiya ko lang sarili ko. So,
Exactly. We'll wait for it. Don't worry. We'll wait for that video.
oh my god.
Dapat one take, no edits, ha? Okay. So let's leave the audience with a few lessons. What non-music skills have you learned that help you in your career as a musician?
I think the skill I learned was time management, guys. I started employing the Pomodoro technique, and it's like doing things like 20. Like, I think everyone has heard of this, like the 20.
Yes.
And then, like, a break after, then doing it a little by little.
The Pomodoro technique. Do you like manually use a timer? Because I feel like every time I do the Pomodoro technique, I end up not following it because when my mind is like in the zone, I end up not following the break anymore, and then everything just goes differently.
Oh my god, I totally relate. I tend to follow the timer at like the first hour or two, and then after that I'm like, it's completely gone na. I might just, it really helps you get in the zone, especially when you're like not really in the mood to do things.
For sure. Now, opposite naman, what's one lesson in music, in singing, or let's make it easier, in performing that can be a real life lesson? So I always give this example. Martin Rivera told me, find your light. Some other singers have said, take a deep breath before walking on stage, because those are things that happen like in real life as well. So what about for you? What's that?
For me, it's live your life. It's really helpful as an artist. You need life experiences to,
of course,
to actually have some depth in your performances.
All right. So that's very important also in real life. You can relate that to real life because like as people, we do need depth as well. And we do need to know how to be in touch with our emotions. Managing emotions isn't necessarily ignoring them. It's facing them head on and figuring out what to do next. So now, Kanishia, what are your upcoming plans and projects? What are the things we should be watching out for?
Oh my gosh, guys, abangan nyo. We're going to have a music video for Here I Am Now, which I'm super excited.
Oh, wow.
This weekend. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but yeah.
Well, you said it already, but okay, without spoilers, is there anything at all that we should be like, that we can expect? Only the things you're okay with saying or sharing.
Oh my god, I'm super, like in the next few days, I'm gonna have more shows, and I'm just, abangan nyo yan, guys, on my social media accounts, because I'm gonna be performing in like big things soon, and I'm so excited for it.
What are the performances you're allowed to like share with the audience already so they can start marking their calendars?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this.
Okay, no problem. If that's the case, just tell us where can we find you? What are your socials?
So guys, expect the unexpected from me. And guys, follow my Instagram. That's at Kanishia. And then my Facebook and TikTok and also YouTube. That's Kanishia Santos. And of course, guys, check out my Spotify, and YouTube Music. That's where I have my songs. And also in 30 other music streaming platforms.
Of course, invite people to stream your EP.
Definitely, guys. Listen to Born to Cry. It's really a work of art that a lot of people have poured their heart into, especially me, and share my vulnerability. Guys, just listen to it. I bet you're gonna have fun or sad, but it's okay. You're born to cry.
Yeah, exactly. That's the title and that's the tagline. All right. So before we say goodbye to each other, I just have to read a few things and say goodbye to the audience as well. So I'll ask you to say something once again before we leave. So anyway, before we say goodbye to everyone, please allow me to thank a few people first because this has been New Wave. So thank you to Teo for handling the broadcast and for being an active participant on our Zoom as well. And Sir Justin for his support from far away. Thank you once again to our audience for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you to the Star Magic team, Star Pop, and especially to Jeff for helping us get this episode together. And don't miss out, follow us on Instagram at newwave.rk to stay updated. Head over to our Facebook page called New Wave and join the Facebook community group on the page for replays, additional content, engagements, and ways you can get featured on the show. So catch the replay of this episode and many more on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM's Facebook page, YouTube, and Twitter Live, all of which go by at Radyo Katipunan. And don't forget that you can also listen to this episode and many more as a podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Anchor under the name New Wave. But most of all, thank you to our guest, Kanishia, for joining us today and for unpacking your EP with us. So we'll be streaming. The floor is yours to tell the audience anything you want. Leave them any message, redo your song, anything at all.
Oh my gosh. First of all, I want to thank Radyo Katipunan for having me. And of course, to you, Maxine. It's super fun spending this 5 p.m. with you. And guys, I'm inviting you again. Please listen to Born to Cry. It's available in 30 music streaming platforms.
All right. And look, we have a follow-up comment here, sakto for right before we end, from Redante Cercania Dioso. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
So that's for you. All right, guys. So once again, I'm Max, and when it comes to what's happening, I'll serve you the facts. And this has been New Wave. We'll see you all next week. Bye. If it's entertainment you crave, catch us on New Wave, surfing through the latest on our shores. New Wave. Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. New Wave. See you there.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.